All right, guys, welcome back. Day 11. We've got some plans. All right, we want to get the next warehouse expansion. All right. We also need to get the contents inspection license in the tool. And I also realized, all right, because if we're running these two belts from the delivery bays, we don't have a whole lot of like real estate here. The parcel is going to back up pretty quick. I can actually move this machine to be like right here, touching this one. So the refusals will go right in, and then we can kind of reroute this way and this way, which gives us a little bit more belt space. So we can hold a few more parcels, and it kind of just tightens things up a little bit. So I think I'm going to just shuffle some of this stuff. Box that guy up. So let's just do that now before I forget. We'll need some of these again anyway, but if we pick this guy up, right? I think it needs to be rotated. There we go. So stickers go in. If it's approved, it goes into this line like it did before. Which means we will move all this stuff out of the way. About here. There. This guy needs to be our corner piece. Let's just get this stuff out of the way here. You guys didn't know, it doesn't tell you when you hover your mouse over it, but if you hit Q, it reboxes it. So if you want to sell stuff to that bin outside, you rebox it and then you drop it in. All right. So similarly here, this just needs to move as well. This guy. So, let's see. So if we now, oh, sorry, I don't need the bridge. This guy here. Like that. We'll end up using these in the next kind of run for our bay anyway, so there we go. I guess that doesn't need to be, well, no, it should, because we're still going to run the rejection line from the other delivery bays down here. It's still going to bridge over and it's going to come around here. So do we need it this moment? No, but this merger piece will need to exist. So now we have a little bit of extra space here. Parcels come in, rejections come out the left, head out, get rid of them. If they get approved, they come onto this line and right away into our final rack because they've got the approval sticker. If they don't have a sticker, that's when they start to go down this next sequence of machines. Okay. Now let's buy our pay our bills first. We should be okay on that one. Let's buy the parcel opening toolbox. Let's get that one first. We also need the license, which can we buy the license yet? No, I guess we need to put the station down. So how this one should work, as far as I know, there will be parcels come through with a little sticker saying inspection required. So of course, if they get past the initial pre-approval, pre-decline sticker, they're going to go through the normal system. If they fail anything, they still get rejected and need to be kind of dumped, and we don't need to worry about it. But if they pass everything, we still need to do our checks, which right now is country, but I believe we can buy the country flag machine next. We still need to do the proper shoot location, and we'll need to do this final check here. think Pop over here. Now, let's get our license. Awesome. Also, I was going to get new parcel types. Okay, we don't have tier 5 yet, so we'll get that. We'll work on getting that one. But an extra $7 per parcel, it's like 130, 140 parcels, 140, and you'll get that back anyway. So kind of a no-brainer. But now that we have that, we can get this, which will give us the new license, which, more new licenses, new items in the shop, and increase in pre-inspected parcels, which is great. Also, we got bigger racks, which is really good. These racks keep filling up, so I think it's worth investing in those. We'll see how this first day goes. We may want to increase the size, especially when we get to later stages where, for example, like Thursday, we're accepting rail and truck, right? So everything that comes down this line is going to go on this rack. We can just load it all, throw it in there, no problem. But if we look at our cargoes types, so Saturday and Sunday, we can't deliver rail. So we need to start building up rail for 2 days. We need somewhere to put it, right? If we start using bigger racks or maybe pallets to hold the rail stuff over the weekend, that could be ideal. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Guess we'll play it by ear. But I think, can we get the new one yet? The country one? No. Okay. So country scanner, we still need one more tier. Tier 5. Also, we got the maritime shipments. Okay. So now we need to remember, if we start getting maritime, they need to be put here as well. Which means we probably should get a little storage rack here. Okay, so we need $1,900 and we'll get the next tier upgrade, which means we can then get the country scanner. What else? Is there anything else on tier 5? These sticker pliers, those would be really handy. Because then we don't need that second... I'll show you guys. We don't need this second line, right? So, right now, we've got this line here that goes right away into the refusals. But then we have this secondary one where we know the parcel has already failed. And it just goes to this rack where we just have to sticker it and throw it back on. So with the automatic sticker applier, we could just put it like here and then just dump everything into this run, which means this whole strip right here can be removed. So space saving, which is good, which means we can start adding probably more of these. Because ultimately we're going to have, one country, cargo type, stamp, and content. So 4 more machines need to fit in here. So, yeah. Not too bad. Okay. What do you think? Let's fire this up. I think we can also... We're not quite yet. This upgrade option. It's not telling me. I think we need to be probably level 5 for that one as well. But, yeah. Double check here. Go to our email. So our new contents inspection license. It's going to say some parcels need their contents inspecting, indicated by the red content inspection required label. Use the opening kit knife, which was the thing on the desk, and deny parcels containing prohibited items, which are bleach and chemicals, gas canisters, loose batteries, cash and money, and knives. Crap. So we'll keep an eye on for these ones. Today, no air, no maritime. I'm going to go ahead and buy a rack. Question is, do we buy a big one or a small one? Okay, $400 more. I think we get what we ultimately are going to use in the end, which would be the big ones. Oops, sorry, didn't check it out. There we go. Eventually, I think we're going to be able to route and just kind of like smart deliver packages down here. So in that case, you're going to want a large rack anyway. And we can always just move this, right? So like we'll buy it for now with maritime, and ultimately we're probably not going to need this much space, but we can swap it for one of these racks. Actually, as I say that, we're going to do that now. There we go. Now, what does that hold versus the other ones? So 8 versus 12. That should hold a lot more than 12. That's a little bit wild. Large ones hold 16. Yeah, like I guess it's a space thing, right? So like 8 parcels for $500 or 16 for 1,600. Okay. Yeah, it's all above your floor space. That's what we're paying for here. So, okay. Let's we'll leave that mess there. We'll come back to that. Let's fire this bad boy up and let's see how it goes. What I'm gonna try to do is preempt it a little bit. If I see anything with a sticker, like this, I'm gonna automatically drop it off, make our backlog, like our queue, a little bit smoother. Now, it's been about a day since I've played this, so I'm like already in my head, I'm like, oh, am I forgetting anything? You get into that routine, and it's so easy to kind of fall out of it. One thing I was kind of thinking about as well is like, I wish, we've taken them out, but I wish those bridges, like the one we have back there, were taller, right? So right now, you can put a belt under it, but like you can't walk under it. You can crouch, but like, you know, that's a pain in the ass. It'd kind of be nice if there's a tall version where you could walk under it, right? Just for accessibility. How are we looking? All right. The key is to get as many parcels through as we can to make the money to get those upgrades, right? I don't expect it to be perfect, but it would be nice to get some sort of volume at least. And anything that comes through here. All right, so we need to keep an eye for that inspection thing. So right now, country and the cargo method needs to be checked. We've already got the serial number check, the weight check, so that looks good. So approval, and we'll drop it off here. So that one's air, flag was good. Beautiful. Now I don't know. Can you okay, yeah, I don't know if you can like put a sticker on the bottom that's telling you that you need to inspect it or not, but let's see, any pre-boop, that one can come off. See, there's a, yeah, there it is. Okay, need their contents inspected, use the knife from the opening kit. Gotcha. Okay, we'll leave that there. Anything here? This guy is pre-approved maritime. Okay, that's a first maritime shipment, and we're not accepting any, so throw it on the rack. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. I feel like it's going to be much slower than what we, like if we just threw him off manually, which actually maybe that's what we do. Just start dropping a few. Just to allow us to get more through. We need the money. And then at the end of the day, we just put them back onto the rail, so it's not so bad. That one, delivery method is wrong. Good to go. Come on, there we go. Okay. We haven't had to inspect anything yet. Maritime, the flag looked good. Yeah, I think progressing the tiers is going to be important just to get those extra machines. The more that we can automate, obviously, the better. These guys need the rejection labels. There's also other upgrades. For example, This one here will do like automatic exports, which is cool. So you don't have to hit the button anymore, allowing you to stack more in there. So you probably get a bigger bonus. Also, we can do delivery speed. So once we get the machines processing fast enough, we can get more coming through that way. So really handy. That looks good. Proper flag. Dry ground. Although, did I grab that off? I'm questioning which pile I grabbed that off of. Right. Let's just double check this ourselves. So, going old school on this one. That goes up to 30. That looks good. Oh yeah, that was definitely the wrong serial number. Okay, take that guy off. There you go. Now this guy I know I pulled off of here. So that looks good. Great. Maritime Congradi, that one looks good as well. Although, no inspections yet. Okay. We are backing up. Anything I can do? Yes. Quick one, road. Anything? Am I spying any pre-approvals, pre-declines, anything? Road. Be interesting just to see kind of what our typical throughput is. Obviously we're bottlenecking right now. Like that's just way too slow. Which is what I was worried about, but you know what? That's okay. We know what we need to do to improve it. It's just getting the funds to do it. All right, this will be 8, so this will be our full batch there. Got 8 for 8 on that one, good. These ones are perfect. Nothing there. Nothing. Yep. Snagged him. Okay. I think we're doing okay. I don't like having to babysit like this. But it is what it is, you know? I find I'm one of those people when they play games that I've always been kind of like rushing to get to the end. I don't know if you guys are the same. You know, the whole adage of, you know, enjoying the journey, not the destination. I've always been about the destination, and I've never really enjoyed the journey. And I feel like playing games and recording them and uploading them kind of forces you to enjoy the journey a little bit more. Why is this one here if it's already approved? What happened there? That should have went out right away. Oh no. Wait, what? Yeah, because I need to, yeah. I'm like second guessing myself here. I need to know where that, which line it goes on. There we go. Okay. How quickly the brain turns to mush from being off for a day. I've done it before. Hold it. There you go. There. Yeah. These guys up. Oh, that one's full. Bit. Perfect 8 on that one. Still waiting for our first parcel inspection. Which now that I look at it, I'm going to need to move that box. Or the stand, I should say, sorry. Because you need to click on that knife So if we're here, this needs to be like there. I know you like click this guy and it unloads onto the shelf. So we need to be able to see that. Maritime, Molland. Yep, it's all right. Don't think they're gonna sneak like an inspection on the bottom of it, you know? Do a quick check down here. This guy is round. Anything here? A lot of inspections being piled up here. Holy. Okay. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing, nothing. Right here. There's a declined one right beside him. Oop, getting stuck. Excellent. I do like the kind of like methodical nature of this game, right? Like it's not super complex, although, you know, it does add in these elements as you play. But there's just something about the process, right? There's like, there's enough to it that keeps it interesting, but it's not overly like your brain's turning to mush because you're like trying to think about 10,000 things all the time. I think that's what's so appealing about it. We're getting overloaded here. Okay, wrong delivery method. So deliveries have ceased for the day. Now we can start loading these guys back on. Let them go through the process normally. Same thing with those guys over there. Quite a backlog growing. Eric and Molland looks good. There we go. Need to empty that rack over there as well. It's probably starting to get pretty full. Air to Mateen. That checks out. Okay, it's a hamburger. That's not going to work. Pre-approved ground to Southport. Yep, looks good. There is Southport. Looks good. Okay. Yeah, I think once you get up to those higher levels of warehouse tiering, then you start getting all the like logic splitters, because you can get, for example, where was it? The smart splitter prioritizes empty routes, so like it's like a balancer, I think. Content inspection, so obviously it's got the sticker, it'll kind of split things out. Diverters based on the exit type. So this one here, when these get approved, they can then be split out. If it's air, it can automatically go to air. If it's maritime, it goes there. And then, you know, if it's truck or ground, it has to go over here. I don't know how to intelligently handle the days where this chute only accepts one of the two. There could be a way to do it. I don't know. But I think we'll explore that once we get there. I'm guessing you could possibly load onto, like, if you split ground and rail onto different racks using this cargo type diverter. There's also a thing called a pause conveyor. Could you just pause the non-accepting stuff? So for example, ground is always being accepted, right? If you had a rail rack sitting here, for example, like if this was a rail rack right here, you have a pause conveyor here, and you just, on days where you're not accepting the rail, you just pause it, and then it will drop it off. Like, I think that's a way you could do it. But again, I haven't played enough, haven't seen enough. I think we'll get there. Rail to Strentum, that looks good. Okay, inspection required on this one, and it's ground to Southport. So let's do our inspection first. So I think you click this guy, you drag it and drop it. So this man's got, okay, right away, he's got a knife, but he's got like a mac and cheese, value-sized mac and cheese. Now, I'm from Canada, but I live in New Zealand. I used to eat tons of mac and cheese as a kid, but we do not really have it out here. You can get somewhat mac and cheese, but you can't get real mac and cheese, like Kraft mac and cheese. So I haven't had this in like 15, 20 years. And then this, what the hell is this? Canned veggie? Who knows? Who knows, brother? Okay, so what do we do? We repack it, but because it had a knife, it gets declined. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. Of course, like, if we get these extra checks first, that'll help out, because it'll make things, I don't know, a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. So we got some toilet paper, so, you know, pandemic era hoarding. Smooth peanut butter, fantastic. And some chopped tomatoes, brilliant. Dowport and rail both check out, so we're happy with this, man. Inspection required. That looks good, right? Sorry, that country I always forget. Yeah, it looks good. Inspection required on this guy here. Implant is right, and rail is okay. Bleach, which was the chemicals, right? Yeah, bleach and chemicals. So, no dice. Grady by rail. No problem. Nothing under? Nope. Okay. That one looks good. We're backed up here. We are 32 for 32. Looking good. Southport by rail. No problems. Inspection sticker required. Vacua on the road. All good. These guys are automatically declined. Look, we have a slowdown somewhere. Jeez, those are slow. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need some support on those guys. I think tomorrow, I'm just gonna take more manually off the line and just throw them on the ground. I remember we were getting what 112, 120 packages or something like that. When I was just throwing them out of the truck. I mean, we'd be lucky if we hit 60 on this one. Now these are all good to go. And these are all backed up. So actually, that's a good chunk right there. But we want the next tier warehouse, because we want the country scanner. I believe the next tier warehouse will allow us to upgrade the speed of these machines, because like that's really what's holding us back. Of course, I could actually save up and just get another line, which actually could be cheaper, because these machines are like 1,200, and depending, I guess it depends on the upgrade cost, right? If the upgrade is significantly more than another machine, then the machines are better value. So let's check that one tomorrow as well. I'll buy the upgrade after today. Yeah, the day off, I was itching to play. I had these plans in my mind with what I wanted to do. And of course, when you're not playing, you just kind of like thinking about it. I don't know if you guys are the same, but finished my day job and hopped on. So we're here. Yeah, good to go. Let's go through here. The inspection. Rail to Molland. Looks good. That's a rejection. We don't have this. Rail to Congrati. That's good. I do like that they have more pre-approved parcels. It's really helpful. It takes a little bit of the stress away, right? What is this? Okay, dog food, batteries. No batteries. Piranha by rail, looking good. Oh, that is not the right flag. That's like it's like close to Mateen, but not quite Mateen. Maritime, yep. Everything looks good there. Again, I still feel like they're gonna, oops, I feel like they're gonna sneak like a sticker on the bottom. This big rack here was definitely a good idea. Now I wonder, can you fit like a pallet onto these racks? Because like the pallet could hold a hell of a lot apparently. And if these only hold, what, like 4, 4, and 4? If you put a pallet on, can you like cheat it? We'll try that out later. Is that the right flag? Yep, looks good. And it's on road. So we'll take that. Inspection, wrong delivery type, cargo type. I remember I wanted to get, oh, wrong flag. I wanted to get the other parcel type as well. So let's see how much everything costs. We're spending money we don't have here. Good, that's good. I know we looked at the upgrades. You can get like this auto button pressing one for I think it's like 3,000 or something, which doesn't seem worth it. Like we don't have money to burn. It's like a good quality of life thing, but for 3K, I'll hit the button. You know, 3K would go pretty far with upgrading our setup. So. Okay, inspection required, but it's just declined anyway. Oh boy. No, I'm too lazy to check all that stuff now. We got Parcel to unpack over here anyway. I was thinking like it's gonna be quicker for me to just run that through manually, but then I have to check the serial number. I need to check the weight. It's just. You know, once you don't need to do that stuff anymore, it's just nice. You know, you don't have to worry about it. Hauling parcels a couple feet sounds like a better idea. And this is number 8. Okay, we got a couple of rejections. Uh-oh, we made a mistake. What did we do? Invalid approval criteria. Weight was invalid. Did I grab... Huh. Did I grab one off the wrong rack? Because the weights should have auto-rejected. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Not going to worry too much about that, though. There we go. Yeah, Donica by rail, looking good. These guys are all rejections. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to finish above 60. Not by much. Running at like a little bit above, probably a little bit above half of what our actual capacity is, right? If we were hitting 120 before, and we're going to submit, I don't know, 70, we still have obviously the air and the maritime that piled up. So maybe a little better, maybe like 70, 75%. I'll just submit everything. Guy here, drop him off. No one else is there. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we've got 72 that we've been paid for. Got 7 there and 6 there, so 13 in total. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It could be worse. Yeah, I think moving this up was good because it did give us, 3 or 4 more parcels, which is another shipment worth. But it's way too slow. It's just way too slow. So let's go ahead. Let's get this expansion. We're at 5,300. This is going to be 19. Yeah. Okay. Hasn't really opened up much. Although I guess if we got this, it would be new shipping door. That needs a stamp. That needs a stamp. Okay. Not too much. What else did that open for us? Any new licenses? Stamp authentication. Now we can buy. Unlocks the next tier. So you need to check a stamp on the thing. Okay, that's cool. The shop now gave us the country scanner, which is good. And can we upgrade now? Ooh, okay. It's $2,000 to upgrade these to the next level. So it would be 2. Oh, Jesus. 5 for that one? And 5 for that one. Okay. Considering the scanners are 1,500 and 1,200 for that one, it is not really smart to upgrade them. It would be faster to just build a whole new line, I think. But we definitely don't have the money for that because we still need to get the country scanner for this current one. And then we'll need to get like another, I don't know, $8,000 to $10,000, I would say, to get that second line. And we still need to look at getting the stamp, which was 500, which would then allow us to get this next tier, which would be... Is that another machine? No. This is tier 6, right? That's tier 6. So we still can't get the cargo type scanner. We get a contents inspection diverter, which is good. What else do we get? Nothing really important. New tables, whatever. Okay. So I think what we do is we work on getting money for the second line. And then we work on getting the stamp upgrade. And then we'll have 2 fully functioning lines to process the 2 bays. As soon as we buy this, we may get a 3rd bay. If I had to guess, we're going to get a 3rd bay. So if that's the case, we're going to want at least 2 complete functioning lines. And then this one's going to have to feed into it. And hopefully it'll just, like, this can branch off. And I guess if there's space, if there's volume capacity, it'll just hop onto it. There's a good chance if there isn't, but I guess we'll find out. So yeah, I think what I'll do maybe a day or 2 off screen just to kind of like save you guys having to watch me do this stuff. And then I'll come back and I'll have 1 more complete line built to feed off of this bay, and then we'll kind of proceed from there. So yeah, give me to you guys, give me a couple seconds and I'll be back. And yeah, we'll get rocking and rolling. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. We did about a day and a little bit extra. I did the setup, and I was short by a couple conveyors, and it didn't quite work. So I had to do a little bit of extra work just to make everything kind of function. Otherwise, it would just be a disaster. You can see Saturday, day 13, 67 parcels. It was a low throughput just because we were only accepting road. But let me just show you what we've got here. So this is our first bay. Changed a few things around, so I'll run you through that one. But I've added in this second little setup here as well. Now, a lot of this, I guess, is like quote-unquote temporary. And I'll explain why in just a moment. But the key setup, we take in from the loading bay. It does this usual setup, stamps directly into weight. serial number, and then I've added the country machine as well. So if any of those fail, it goes into this left side. Obviously, the ones that are already stamped will go right out the door. These other guys will go and filter onto this red rejection rack where we have to stamp them and then pop them in here. If they pass, they go onto this right side, onto the green rack where we have to approve the cargo method. And now I actually just bought the stamp upgrade. So we're going to need to check the stamp to see if it matches one of these guys. So it's kind of like an envelope with, I guess, 1, 3, or 5. So they all seem to have these 4 stars in the corners, right? So it's either 1, 3, or these 5. But I don't know. I guess there's these 2 little dots in the center as well to look for. I don't know what the bad ones look like. So I guess that's what we'll need to kind of figure out. So stamp upgrade we have. I also bought the insulated parcels. So we should get a little bit extra money, which is nice. But the problem that I ran into is on this side here. Right? Parcels come in, no problem. Get to our stamp inspector. They just immediately reject out and go down this big, long conveyor belt and go out the door. Easy peasy. The ones, the weight, the serial, and the country that end up failing, they come back to the right and they go onto this rejection rack. We need to sticker them. And I was originally trying to find a way of like working them over here and then dumping them onto this. But it became really clunky because I just don't have the space, right? You need to kind of like, if I move this even all the way here, you still need this kind of like corner. It would come down here and it would corner. But then to get onto this one, you would need to like come down and corner and then jump over this one and land here. And it just, the space didn't work. So right now that's kind of like a little bit of a mess. However, we know in the shop at tier 7 is these sticker appliers. So I don't want to mess with everything only to then replace them with these sticker conveyors, because in the reality of the situation here, right, this line doesn't need to exist. It only has to be this one, and we get the sticker applier. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it, because a lot of that is just gonna be ripped down, and this is gonna be ripped down, and it's just gonna be consolidated. So right now, our temporary solution is this guy here. At the time, I didn't have enough money. I want to run it. I would prefer to run it over here. I have a little bit more funds right now, so I guess I could buy a bunch of conveyors, but I don't know if it's worth it, because I'm going to need like all the $2,000 I have would go to conveyors to just move it over here. When in reality, while I'm working here, I just look over, grab it, decline it, drop it off, right? No big deal. What I have noticed is this rack gets filled up so quick. So I think I just need to spend more time kind of processing from here to here and just kind of making it happen. We still get backed up, and I've been like throwing some parcels on the ground. So the first things to really focus on for upgrading will be the speed. But damn, it's gonna be 5, 5, 2, and 5. So it's 17,000 to upgrade one full set. You can also upgrade the belts, $50 a piece. So we need money. But we also need to upgrade to get better things, right? So it's kind of like a catch-22. So I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. I think this expansion, 2200, we'll grab that one after tomorrow, but I'm betting it's going to open up another delivery bay door, which I guess we then do what we did before and we smash this one onto this one. Again, not perfect, but until we start making more money, we're kind of like stuck, right? Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. We've got a ton of packages that are piling up for maritime, for air, for rail. So once we hit, I guess it's Monday to get rid of the rail ones, but Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll offload a lot of those. So a big chunk of money coming in. We'll suffer tomorrow, Monday will be okay, but Tuesday, Wednesday will make a lot of money. So I think the plan, unlock this to get tier 6. We still don't have that sticker applier, right? Tier 6 is not going to give us... It's going to give us the contents inspection, which honestly is not that big of a deal. They go, like, I get maybe 2 or 3 of them that make it onto this rack. So I don't honestly care about this one right now. I think we use this once we get into 7. Yeah, otherwise you get some decorative stuff, so it's not so bad. Right now it's money holding us back. We could optimize this with some more funds. So I think, yeah, the plan for tomorrow will be buy the expansion, get some more money, clean this up a little bit, hopefully push towards tier 7, see how much that costs. And yeah, I think we're well on the way. This is, you know, pretty much, if anyone's curious, is exceptionally hands-off. All I do is grab it from the rack, come over here, make sure the cargo type is correct, do the contents inspection if there is one, which there rarely is, and then just put it on road or rail, air, maritime. And then the rejections, they just get declined on here. Super easy. It's just the throughput. That's really the only thing that's holding us back. So I think we'll call it a video here because this one's been going on pretty long. And what I'll do is I'll see you guys in the next one where we focus on money, upgrades, and overall speed of our process. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.